shattered soul. Does it not hurt when buds begin to break? And is it not easy, like spring itself, to hesitate? Change can feel like losing what we begged to stay. Yet without it, what longs to bloom in colors may remain pale. It hurts so deeply when something begins to break open. But would it not be sorrowful, painful even, to deny life its longing to bloom? Let us see that within us live the same movements as spring, that something sealed shut still hums with becoming. Perhaps the shell that once held what has been must loosen its grip for what is rising within. What if the ache of change is only life grown too vast for the shape that once held it fast? What if what breaks is only making room for all that longs to flower and bloom, and that this process is not an ending in disguise, but the beginning of something long waiting to live and to rise? Spring awake, heart, spring awake from your slumber. The time is now, time to awaken to a life luminous and alive, where hope grows on trees, where joy blooms like flourishing gardens, where souls rest in warm rays of light, and hearts sing with the spring birds. Breathe slowly, deeply, softly. Breaths like spring winds, gentle yet impossible to restrain, touching all that has been still and whispering, it is time, begin living again. Breathe in and let the winds of change move through you. Breathe out and feel yourself release what no longer wishes to stay. Breathe in. Let crosswinds sweep through your chest, airing out the old. Out, out, breathing out, out. May your heart live fully out into the world. Let us step out into the garden of life. Let us blossom fully. Let us live fully the life we have been given. We stand in the luminous light of spring. We feel the pulse of life. So much stirring beneath the surface, beneath the shells, inside buds, within us, within our bodies. The pulse of life, pulse of life. Tell me, dear one, do not buds and hearts feel the same pressure, the same pain in the breaking, the same longing to burst open? What if what feels like breaking is actually the beginning of something beautiful? What if it is the beauty of becoming? The life within buds and hearts, does not wish to be held back. Look, spring has unfolded almost everywhere, yet some parts still hesitate. See how they mirror the places within us that are the same. Places within, afraid to unfold. Parts that have not yet flowered into their fullest becoming. Yet the potential is there, patiently waiting to spring alive. A soft wind kisses our cheek, and the spring breeze whispers, beautiful hearts, the only constant in life is change. So why are you afraid of it? And tell me, my friend, why are we? You and I turn toward life itself and ask, please tell us, why are we? And life answers, it is no strange thing to hesitate before change. You feel the breaking before you see the blooming. Remember, even buds stay closed, waiting for their moment to soften trustingly into the light. We breathe and we soften. We breathe and we soften. Little by little, in our own rhythm. Everything in its own time. The warmth of spring holds us gently. The spring wind touches us again. Let us allow ourselves to be carried by the winds of change. Perhaps they are leading somewhere beautiful that has been waiting for us all along. We may ache with old fears, but are we not made to vibrate with life? Meant to live now, not endlessly waiting for later. Let us spring awake. Let our hearts spring wide open. Our time is now. All time is now. Always now. Now is all we truly have. Now is the beginning of the rest of our lives. The spring birds sing while the spring wind whispers. Let me guide you to what lives inside the shell of your heart. Let me show you how life blooms through everything that dares to open. Remember, you feel the pressure before you see your becoming. Spring buds and human hearts open in the same way. Spring never forces anything to bloom. It simply reminds life that the time has come. Spring awake heart, let us awaken to life. The spring wind moves closer, across the skin, through the breath, all the way into the deep corners of the heart. As though every breath gently softens what has stayed closed and hard. Breathe and soften. Breathe and soften. And tell me, what if that what you fear is also what longs to set you free? Follow the winds of change. They want your very best. It hurts so deeply when something breaks, but tell me, must not all living things be allowed to change? Is not life movement itself? And does it not wither when the blooming is the night? And if so, what are we really holding on to? What if our resistance keeps the most beautiful parts of life from ever taking form? What if we mistake the unknown for danger, because we call the unknown dangerous instead of alive? And because we have not yet realized that change itself is life moving through us. And still, it is so human to remain where things feel safe, even when something inside us longs for more. Can you feel the resemblance with the buds longing for light? Their hesitation before the breaking, and their willingness to open and bloom anyway. A closed heart is like a closed bud, dark inside, small and protected, but unaware that what waits outside does not wish to harm it, but help it bloom. Not knowing that beyond opening there is an entire landscape of light and colors never seen before, and space enough for everything to be what was always meant to become. Hear the winds of life whisper, change is not wrong. It is simply a rhythm you have not yet learned to trust. A rhythm you do not need to fully understand, only be present present within. Life does not force. It only lovingly invites us to choose courage. The courage to open even when the heart trembles before the unknown. The courage to believe there may be something beautiful waiting on the other side of change. Before our full opening, let us feel what is swelling and sprouting within our hearts. Feel what longs to come alive and grow with the spring, and what shell must break for our next blooming to begin. What springs alive within you today? Maybe a longing to live freely and fully your way. Small buds break open within the heart, and though it aches, this is where your blooming starts. Nothing alive was ever meant to remain forever hidden, seed-bound and bent. So let it break open, dear heart, you will be okay. For even spring arrives through skies once cold and grey. Blooming is already reaching for you, so let what longs to live finally blossom through. Change is the rhythm, courage your friend. Trust the winds of life that gently guide you home again. Home to the heart, home to the now, home to the living breath. Life is a gift, do not ever forget. What shell must break for your opening to appear? And tell me, what gift might your blooming bring back here? Awake with spring, where hope grows on trees. Remember, you are worthy of beauty like this. Joy rises softly in the gardens of the heart, watered by tears that once fell apart. You are cradled in lovely rays of light. See the life your longing is painting, life bright. The heart is open, the soul set free. Now bloom into all you came here to be. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Breathe out. Hold the breath. Continue breathing this way and notice how each part of the breath is not an ending, but the beginning of its own return. This is how life moves, always onward, always changing, yet always springing from the now. We breathe and remember that the breath carries movement, change, life. We breathe in, we breathe out, we breathe without resistance. Is it not time to begin living in that way too? To live without resistance, to live the way we breathe. Breathe and open, breathe and open, breathe heart open, and remember, all the beauty has always been waiting for this very moment to live through you. Hear love whisper through the winds of change. I follow you through every change, and I live within every new beginning that takes form. I bloom through everything that softens and surrenders. It is through the cracks in the shell that my light enters. That is how I find you. Tell me, what longs to grow with the spring, with the light, with the day? What longs to stretch softly through the garden of your heart? I know it hurts when a bud begins to break, when something long carried slowly begins to change. But a crack is not the ending we fear. It is the place life longs to bloom even more fully. So listen, beloved soul, to what wishes to awaken within you. Let your inner world blossom. Let your heart smile. Live now. Later may never come. Live beautifully, live bravely, live well, and cherish the life you have been given. Do not wait. Let your heart be your guide. Walk gently upon the earth. Choose with care. Rise with the light. I know it hurts when something breaks open, and I also know that right there something new longs to come alive. What if the pain itself is trying to awaken us into life? For if the bud never breaks, how can its blooming ever begin? Perhaps nothing is truly lost, even when it feels that way. Perhaps life is only changing shape, finding a new form in which to live. Dear one, something beautiful longs to bloom from every breaking, and blooming arrives in its own season. Everything in its own season, always in time. Spring forth, spring free, spring open to life. Our time is now. Now is all we have.